Hello and welcome to an InkDependence.com brief review and water drop test. This time we have Carbon from Platinum Carbon Ink. This is the second of these sort of particularly black inks. This one comes from Platinum. The other one that I did came from Sailor. And there it is. That's the Sailor one. It's Kiwaguru. Guro, sorry. This is Platinum Carbon. These are very similar sorts of inks. A lot of people have asked online what the difference is between them. Well, there's a few. Not too many. I do, as a spoiler, sort of like the Sailor one better. Let me get this one out of the box, too. Oh, there we go. That's the Sailor. That's the Platinum. The Platinum bottle is a little bit better, maybe, because it's taller and easier to get your pens into. Both of them come with an inkwell inside. I'm going to do this without spilling a ton of ink. There, you can see both inkwells. That's this little guy right in here. There's one there too. Now both of those help. Without them, these bottles would kind of probably be a bit of a pain, but they're fine. You can see that this is a very dark black ink. That's I believe it's white. Let's see. Yeah, white on the other side. So yeah, lots and lots of little pigments in this guy. This is a very dark black ink. Oh, now I don't have to wipe my finger with. Uh-oh. Well, I'll be back in a sec. And we're back. I had to wipe my finger off. See, even after washing it off, actually, you still get some on there. It didn't really come off my skin. My skin does tend to soak up ink pretty well. I was cleaning out pins last night, and you can see there's like ink still all over. I've washed my hands like probably 10 times since then. I've done dishes since then. Anyway, whatever. But this is a very dark black ink, and it's also permanent, I think. So we'll see what happens with the water drop test. But I have some pretty good good guesses about how it's going to be. This ink was sent to me by Luxury Brands USA, which is the distributor for Noodlers and Platinum stuff. So if you want to find some of this, you can go there. I don't think they sell it at all, so you'll have to go to your favorite retailer. You can find this ink for between 16 and 20 bucks online. It's places I usually go, where of course Anderson Pens, good friends of the show. Pen Chalet I go to every once in a while, that sort of thing. But you'll find it pretty much anywhere that they sell Platinum stuff, and it's in the same sort of price category as the other, as the Sailor. It's a little bit cheaper than the Sailor, actually, a few bucks, but no big deal. As you can see here, let's zoom in. This is a very dark ink. You can see a little bit of a shine on there, and I'm going to be comparing it here to the Kiwaguro because it's so similar. But if you look, you can see both of them have a shine. It might be the case that the Platinum is just a bit darker, actually, as far as a black. So there you go. If you like a really dark black, this might be the one for you. Zoom back out. And here we go. This is, of course, on a Rhodia number 16 pad. I use this in 3 different pens because I got weird results with this ink, actually, and I'm not sure what to make of it. So I had it in this, actually, this one was do chronological instead of size. I had it in this pen, which is the Levenger L-Tech. And this is a broad nib, and it's a pretty big broad, as you can see. See if I can focus on the nib there. Maybe I can't. Too close. Anyway, it's a big nib. You can actually see the ball there. But and this one, it performed pretty well. It was a little bit hesitant to start every once in a while. So if you look up here, perhaps, or it seems like there are a couple other places where I had a bit of a hard start. No, you can definitely see it, I think, on the other piece. But anyway, and this one, it worked pretty well. I was kind of surprised. It does bleed, feather, and spread, unfortunately, on copy paper. And here, it doesn't do too badly, but you will notice that here, it actually did bleed through the Rhodia, which is real rare. You don't see anything like that with the Kiwaguro. So that's a thing to be aware of. This ink does bleed, feather, and spread on copy paper. That's the big problem. But not so much with this broad nib. I mean, it did okay on most things. On the copy paper, it did bleed, but mostly it's okay. And then I put it in this one because I was like, well, I need a fine nib, and this is a Pilot Metropolitan with a fine nib, and this is a really fine nib. So very, very fine. As you can see, there's a huge difference between those two. And with this nib, this thing bleeds, feathers, and spreads like a bandit. I don't know what the deal is with the feathering with this nib, but it feathers all over the place. And I was like, what the hell's going on there? Maybe I did something wrong. So I put in yet another nib. This is a Levenger True Writer Select. This is a fantastic pen. You pay for it, but it's a fantastic pen. And let's see if I can focus here. Come on now. It doesn't want to focus on this nib. Anyway, this is a medium. And it's a very medium, I think. You can see here, the line it lays down. And it does pretty well with this nib. So I haven't really had any problems with this ink except for in the fine nib, which is a very fine nib. I don't know what's going on there, but, maybe something to keep in mind if you use those Metro fines. I don't know if the nib is too sharp and it's like cutting the paper a little bit. Maybe it's like cutting the grain of the paper or something and it's letting it feather. I don't know what the deal is, but it's crazy. So here's actually the picture, or rather the paper. And if you look, let's see if I can focus in. Yeah, there we go. So this right here, this is that fine nib, and it just feathers like crazy. But it does seem to feather in the others, and this is where it feathered with the broad nib. You can see I actually had a hard start there, and I went back over it. If you look at the other side, yeah, tons of bleed through. So this one is just not as paper friendly as the Kiwaguro, which doesn't really bleed, feather, or spread, which is pretty awesome. There's a little bit, if I remember on like a really broad nib, you get a little bit, but not too much. So this one definitely less friendly on copy paper. So that's the difference there. I do like the solid nature of this black, but it's just I don't know. It doesn't behave well enough, I think, for me. Here's a bunch of blacks that I had sitting around in pens for some reason. I guess I have a lot of blacks loaded up at the moment, but I have Carbon Black there at the top, and then Kiwaguro underneath that, and then Onyx Black from Diamine, which I haven't actually reviewed yet, I don't think. Yeah, maybe I did. In fact, I think I did. Go check that out. Noodler's Dark Matter, which was in a pen that had been sitting around for a while. It was a little bit dry, but it came out pretty well. And then Staedtler Black, which I've just gotten from Staedtler. Thanks, Corey. And a couple of blues, just to round out the set. But you can see that Carbon Black is a very, very dark black. It might be the darkest black of these, actually. You see more shine from the Kiwaguro, but I think Platinum might be, and Dark Matter is very dark. But I think that might be the darkest black, that Carbon Black. So if you want a really black and you don't really care so much about the performance, then go for that. Now you'll notice here with the regular writing, it didn't come through Rhodia, so don't worry about that. All right, so time for the water test. Where's my syringe? There it is. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit here. And here comes the water. Well, let's go a little bit up here too, why not? Now this is supposed to be a very water resistant ink. And I kind of expect it will be. I mean, look at that. It's not even moving. That's darn impressive. All right, let's wipe it away. And wow, very little movement. Just a tiny bit left over here. That's probably just the pigment coming off the top. I had the same sort of thing happen with the Kiwaguro, but this is actually more water resistant, I would say. There they are next to each other. So this right here is the Sailor, and this is the Platinum Carbon. So this definitely wins that test for sure. And it's on the same paper, and they've probably been sitting around about the same length of time. So yeah, I'd say these are, this one's more water resistant, and this one just behaves a little bit better. So if you must have water resistance, well, you know which one to choose. Go for the Platinum. If you must have copy paper working, then go for the other one. All right, let's look at the chromatography, because it's actually a little bit surprising to me. This is the Platinum Carbon, and you can see that a lot of this moved. There's a lot of movement here. And then this one is the Kiwaguro. Jeez. And there was very little movement at all. So I was actually thinking this was going to be the superior water resistance ink, and this one was not. And it was just kind of worse in all ways. But turns out this one actually is a little bit more water resistant. I don't know what explains that, but there you go. That's the chromatography, and that's the way the ink shook out. Scraggles, I'm making a video. Scraggles is playing with Katy Perry again. That is becoming a staple of this video podcast thing. All right. So what else to talk about here? I think that's kind of it. If you're looking for this ink, go and find it wherever you find Platinum inks. I have tried some of their inks before, and they're usually a bit more expensive. I feel like this one's about the same price as the Mix Freeze, which is between 16 and 20. I've only used one or two of those. Of them, I think like Cyclamen Pink is a fantastic pink if you want a real bright pink. But I think it behaved better than this. I don't really remember. It was a million years ago when I tried that. But this one is it's a fine ink. It's got some drawbacks. It's got some pluses. But try it out. Get a sample from, say, Anderson's or something like that, and give it a shot. See how you like it, which one you like better, and which one works better in your pens. For my money, I'm gonna stay with Sailor. I think for the better is a slightly better black, but that's just me. So there you go. This is I am Mike. This is Ink Dependence. This is Platinum Carbon Black. Thank you very much to Luxury Brands for sending this out to me. Let's see what else. Oh, if you like what you see here and you'd like to, contribute to the blog, go to www.patreon.com/inkdependence to find out how you can help out. I'll tell you real shortly that the answer to that is monthly donation. Any size will do, as little or as much as you would prefer to send me every month. Patreon makes that very, very easy. So sign up, donate $1 if you like what you're seeing. All right, so that's that. I'm Mike. This is Platinum, and I will see you later. Peace out.